Shalom. It's fine, sure. Welcome again to the Rock. The Rock, where the chickens play. Hallelujah. Got our chickens in the coop, and they're having, the time of their life. It's better than being in those bins they were in. They're out and they're free, and it's almost been a week, and I've been testing the exterior of our cage, and everything's been fine. We have 2 cats, and they don't get in here, so we're happy. Chickens are happy. We're going to be picking up some more, actually, because I want to actually produce a lot of eggs. That's one thing that we like here are eggs, and one thing that we want to get as many as we can as I continue to work on this coop and as the chickens continue to peck my shoe and undo my shoelace. Now, I wanted to start my homesteading series. And the first thing I wanted to say about homesteading, before we talk about land or water catchment or off-grid or on-grid or what kind of garden, or before we talk about any of that, I want to talk about the most important thing, or one of the most important things. Y'all gonna keep picking my shoelace? Look at this. Can y'all not peck my shoelace, please? Once Yah gives you the vision, man, the first thing you want to make sure is that you have order in your house. There is nothing worse than trying to accomplish a goal that the Most High set you on, and you have a bickering, complaining, argumentative, opinionated, I don't like this, wife or wives. This really is, look at this. What is really going on here? They really decided to attack my shoelace. My whole shoe, in fact. You don't want that. When homesteading, and also we're coming from a Hebraic and an Israelite perspective, not a worldly perspective, a Hebraic and Israelite perspective. There is nothing worse than trying to homestead or to accomplish anything that you have been put on that Yah has put you on the vision on, the path on, and you have bickering and complaining. You want to make sure you have order in your home, man. You want to make sure, not that even your wife is on board, but your wife is going to obey in regards to the vision. You go to work on your land for 8, 9, 10, 12 hours in some cases, and you come home or you come in and she's bickering. It's too hot, because you're going to experience those things. Especially if you decide to go off grid. You're going to experience those days where it's just miserably hot, where the mosquitoes are out. You're going to have those things. You don't want that complaining. You should already have order inside your house before you leave wherever you are to come out to your homestead. If Yah has blessed you with that land, blessed you with the vision, you want people who have the right attitude. You want people who are going to be excited, who are going to put in. You don't want that mess in your own house. Well, why? I can't tell you the many times that Zion had an opportunity. See, most people don't understand that Zion, when we came out here first, and there's raw land, but we had nothing. When we came out here, we had that day we were going to live in a tent, until we got to Pastor Fox's place, and he gave us the 8x16 trailer for free. Before that, we had the idea we were going to live in a tent. We had 3 children, and she was about 4 or 5 months pregnant when we came out here. 2, 3 months pregnant, 4 months pregnant. So the beginning of our time on the Rock, she was pregnant. When we first got out here, she was pregnant. And we got our first day out here, we were under tornado watch. And for somebody who's never experienced a tornado or tornado watch, might as well just be a tornado. But she did not complain one time when the mosquitoes were out, when she wasn't able to wash her hair like she's used to, when she wasn't able to take the showers that she's used to, when she wasn't able to do the thing, when it was hot and sweaty, when she had to come out here and bust her ass, when she worked outside for 5, 6 hours and then still went inside and cooked dinner. Never once did she complain. long hours, long nights, did not have electricity. We had to use flashlights for our light. Flashlights and candles and oil lamps. Not one complaint. Not one complaint. Do you have that, men? Are your children in order? Are they running around, but then be complaining, well, I need my tablet. I want to watch, Power Rangers or whatever it is. Is that what's going to happen? Are you getting your family ready now? This is the most important thing. More important than the land you choose. Because you can choose great land and then get there and then have to deal with bickering and complaining and lose sight of the vision. The vision is no longer important because you have to deal with the remedial stuff, the complaining, the bickering, the arguing, the fussing. You ask yourself the question, is your house in order? Is she not even on board? Is she going to obey? Because guess what? If you have set your goal, your family on a vision, and you're going in that vision, and she doesn't want to get on board with it, guess what? This is going to be kind of harsh. Get rid of her. Get rid of her. Why would you want somebody in your house that's not going to support you anyways? Who's going to continually bicker and fight anyways? Why would you even want that? So the first thing that you want to have, men, is order. The first thing that you're going to need is order in your home. Before you set foot, before you look for land, before you do any of that, you need to have order inside your home. That is one of the first and most important things before you look for land that you need to have in regards to homesteading, is order. Because you don't need bickering. You need her or them, whether it be one wife or two wives or five or however many, to be on board. To say, we're going to push this vision because this is his vision and Father put him on it and we're going to do it. That's what you need. And now, with Rivka being here, she pushes the vision. She is so excited about everything that comes along with it. She came from a major city in the South. With all the modern conveniences and house and all this other stuff, and she's loving every bit of it. And when we had the chickens in the house, they never complained of the noise. They never complained about having to take the chickens out routinely, almost daily, to get rid of their bedding. Not one time did they complain. They don't complain about the bugs. They don't complain about being in the garden. They don't complain about the mosquitoes. They don't complain about not being able to wash their hair like they're used to in the city. Their hair gets washed the same way. It gets washed. They don't complain about getting dirty. They don't complain about putting their hand to the plow. They don't complain about planting seeds. They don't complain. They are excited to do these things. I have order inside of my house. And if somebody does not like the order of my house, they don't gotta be there. Period. They ain't gotta be here. But I implore you, men, you want to have order. You do not need distractions. You need somebody who's going to help push, who's going to help support, who's going to be there with you and help you get this moving. Because it's a big vision. Homesteading is a big thing. And you don't need sideline distractions. You need support. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 25, when woman does not comfort her husband in a time of need, she makes weak hands and feeble knees. You don't need weak hands and feeble knees when you are cutting down trees and building your house and building gardens to sustain and to support your family. So I implore you, before you talk about homesteading, before you get into that discussion about what kind of land do I need, is your house in order? Is your house in order, man? Wives, do you have the right spirit within you? Are you willing to follow him all the way through? Are you willing to support him all the way through, even when times get hard, even when times get, when there's struggles, even when, things aren't going the way you want them to go? Are you going to support him, or are you going to be there to badger him and tear him down? And men, you better be devoted. Too many people try to come out to this and do this sort of lifestyle and are not devoted to it. They don't have their mind set on, I'm doing this because this is what the Father said. Because see, what happens is they prove that they weren't sent on this by Yah. Why? Either they weren't sent by it, or they were sent by it, but they don't have what it takes to follow through on what Yah sent them on. They'll start it, and then they fail, and they start backsliding, and then they don't want to do it no more because it's hard. Are you able to endure? Are you able to go through some things, go through the fire as a family and come through on the other side? I thank the Father for Zion. I thank the Father that when times were hard, all she did was grit her teeth and say, babe, you can do it. You can do it. Not just you can. Yah sent you on this. I support you. I don't care who else doesn't support you. If it's just me right now, I'll be the only one supporting you. Here we are. When you have when your wives can come out and they're in the chicken coop with you, and they're building and they're doing dirty work and their hands are dirty and their skirts are dirty. I mean, people have talked to them, why y'all look so grungy for? Because they're getting shit done. They ain't sitting back talking. They support the vision of their husband. They support the vision that Yah has given me. They see the vision. They have experienced the vision, and they are pushing the vision on their end, and they are supporting me and helping me push the vision that the Most High has given me. Because they know at the end of the day, all of us, as a family, are going to move forward and take the next step. You're married. You need her to be walking with you and not to make weak hands and feeble knees. That is one of the first things that I realize is one of the most important things that you can have. Before you choose your land, before you choose how many acres and how much water, and is it going to be this state or that state, or what are the homeschooling laws? Having order in your home is the most important thing. This is video 1 of a very long series. I'll be providing much information from a different perspective. Not just well, you have to buy this for our land. No. I want to make sure it's covered. Because I got people who even talk to me about community. They want community, but their house is in order. Community is not going to save your broken marriage. And homesteading definitely is not going to save your broken marriage. What if your marriage is strong? Guess what this will do? Will only make it stronger. The two of you will go through the fire. The three of you, the four of you, the five of you will go through the fire together. Your children will go through the fire with you. And as a unit, as a family, you will come out the other side. And those that are not supposed to be part of the family will be burned off. But those that are supposed to be there will be there. This is my little Tootie right now. She's feeding the chicken some greenery.
Dad, the chicks are picking your shoes.
They've been picking my shoes the whole video.
What?
I hope y'all are having a blessed day. Those that have the ears to hear, let them hear. Have your family in order before you step forth in this endeavor. Because Yah gave you the vision for it to be accomplished. Not for you to play around with it. If he gave you a talent, if he gave you 10 acres, he wants you to do much with 10. If he gave you 1, he wants you to do much with 1. If he gave you 50, he wants you to do much with 50. But remember, to much is given, much is required. He gave me much. He gave me 10. I don't deserve nothing. So I know he requires much. And if you're looking to join this community, if you're looking at the rock and, I want to be in the rock, understand. If Yah gives it to you to be here, he's requiring much from you. And it starts first in your own home. Bless you and shalom.